Hi and welcome back to Digital Disciples. This is going to be the second video in the YouVersion series, and what we're going to do here is we're going to be looking at Bible plans. What are Bible plans? Bible plans are a structured way of actually reading the Bible. The thing is, the Bible is such a large book. In fact, it's not just one book, it's an anthology of several books split into both the Old and the New Testament, and then each of those are then split further into multiple books. And what those books are, those are lots of different types of literature. Some are historical type writings, some are poetry, some are letters, some are testimony of what people have seen. So really, when you come to actually read the Bible, there's an awful lot in there. And where do you start? And this is where something like Bible plans comes in, because with Bible plans, what you can do is you can structure what your reading is going to be. And within the YouVersion app, you have these things called Bible plans. And what those are structured reading segments, and they can be anything from a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day plans to 5 day plans, 1 week plans, monthly plans, etc. And what it will do, it will break down a part of the Bible into easily manageable sections for the length that you want to actually choose. And one of the things you can also do in there, you can search within a theme, so you can look for a particular theme. So if you want to say, look at the theme of grace and how that fits in through the whole of the biblical picture, you can study a particular theme and how that fits in. Or you can just do what's called a through the Bible type reading, where what you do is you start at one part of the Bible and read through that section, and that can be the whole Bible, or it could be just one book or one series of books even, and you've got the option to do that. Now also, when you come to actually do Bible plans in this way, you can do it in one of two ways. You can either do it by yourself, so if you're just doing it as your own spiritual sort of devotional type thing, then you can do it that way. But you can also do it with friends. So within the app, you have this option to set up a plan where you have multiple people all doing the plan at the same time, which can be really, really useful. And because what that does is it allows you to bring in other people's thoughts about what you're actually reading. Because whenever you read a passage from the Bible, it will generate certain thoughts, certain feelings, certain responses to what you're going to read. And sometimes being able to share that with other people allows you to really get into the heart of what the passage means. And one thing about discipleship, it's about something you do together rather than something you do on your own, which means that basically that allows you to then share your thoughts with other people, discuss things, and maybe get into some of the maybe more difficult passages as well. So without any further discussion, let's jump into the app, and we'll go through how to set up a plan, how to find plans, how to set them up, and a little bit of an overview of how they actually work. So how do we find a plan? Let's open up the app itself and go straight to the bottom to where it says plans. Now what you've got my plans, and those will be plans that you are already involved with. In this case, for me, it's a chronological one that I'm doing, and some completed plans on there. But I'm going to go straight over to find plans, because this video is about how to find and set up a plan for use. So here we have the find plans page. Now what you'll see here, there'll be lots and lots of plans, and if I scroll down, you'll see lots and lots of plans to choose from. Now what you'll tend to have is you've got some at the top that are usually the more popular ones across the top here. And then you've got just under that another list of more of a index. So you've got new plans, popular topics, YouVersion original plans, plans on how to share your faith for relationships, plans on feelings. Plans for is the ones that are aimed at particular groups, so that could be aimed at, say, men or women or groups, for more group study type content. Through the Bible are plans to take you through the Bible text, and that may take you through individual books, or through a section of books, or through a theme, or even through the whole Bible. So you've got the options for that as well. You may know are books that are linked to maybe particular organizations or particular authors that you may be interested in. And the last one at the end is listen and watch, and these will be plans that will have additional audio or video content to add to the devotional nature of the Bible reading that you're going to do. And you'll see that from the majority of cases it's mainly text based with no additional audio or visual. You've got some options there to add to that the nature of the devotional. And then as we go down, you can see that there's lots and lots of different topics. So we've got some on feelings here, anxiety, new to faith, etc. And these will probably be ones that are being searched for by the whole YouVersion community in general. So it tends to put those in here. So very often, just starting off on this page, you will tend to find something that you're going to be interested in. If I just look down here, you'll see there's one that says because you completed, and one of the things the YouVersion app will tend to do is that as you complete a Bible plan, it will suggest other plans associated with that content. So the idea is that basically it will be a logical step to do after each plan. So in some cases you'll do a plan, and what it suggests here will seem a logical one to do, and then that allows you to then just keep stepping through without having to search too much. But let's just have a look through what we've got here. So we've got ones on dating, work, leadership, prayer, worship, etc. A lot of different topics, and you're probably going to find on this page something that is going to interest you. You've also got the option, if I just scroll back down to the top again, you'll see you've got this little magnifying glass, and this is a search option. So if I tap on that allows me to do search for a particular theme on there, and it gives you some example ones on there. But say I want to do search for something, say I want to look on discipleship. This site is called Digital Disciples, so let's look for a plan associated with discipleship. So I can just type discipleship on there, press the search button, and what it does, it immediately brings me up a list of plans on discipleship. Because that search started off on the plans page, it's brought me up the plans there. But what you can see there across the top is you've got other search results associated with videos, Bibles, podcasts, etc. But let's talk about plans. So as you can see, I've got a list of plans. So I've got the name of the plan with how long those plans are. In my introduction, I mentioned that you could actually look for plans of a certain length. So it may be that what you want to do is do one plan a week. So you're looking for plans from 1 to 7 days. I might do it to one plan a month. So you might be looking for plans that are 30 days in length or a little bit less. So let's have a look at a 6-day plan. So here's 6 days. So let's 6 days deep discipleship. I tap on that to find a little bit more about that plan. And what you'll have on that list is the name of the plan, an overview in the middle there about what the plan is about, and at the bottom a little bit about the publisher, i.e. the people who've actually supplied that plan to the YouVersion app on there. And reading that, you might think, okay, yes, I'm quite interested in that. Can I find out a bit more? And yes, you can. Where the button says sample here on the right hand side, that allows you to have a look at what the structure of that plan is. So I'm going to press sample. So what you see here is you've got the name of the plan, and if I scroll sideways you can see there's the 6 days for the plan. And what it allows me to do is have a look at what the content each day is for that plan. In this case I can see that day 1 is a devotional followed by a reading. What is a devotional? A devotional is the overview of what the plan is going to be about that day, or what the theme of that reading is going to be about on there. So it just helps to sort of really set the tone of the reading and of the daily devotional. So I can see this day 1 is a devotional followed by a single reading. Day 2 is very similar, devotional reading, devotional reading, devotional reading. So I can see straight away that this is a very, very straightforward reading plan, one that is probably not going to take a lot of time, one that is probably going to just be quite a straightforward dip into the Bible, and maybe that's what I quite fancy doing. So yeah, okay, let's go back to this page here, and now I've got two options. I can either start the plan, in which case that will start the plan now, and today will be day 1, or I can save for later. Now if I press save for later, that will go into a bookmark section, which will allow me to find that one at a later day. I'm going to press start plan, so I'm going to press start plan, and I get to this bit here, and it asks me, do I want to do the plan by myself, or do I want to do the plan with friends? Well, by myself means that essentially I'm just using it as my own personal daily spiritual devotion. So nobody else involved apart from myself, and that is probably the most common way that you tend to use these plans. You do also have the option to do it with friends, and this is where you can actually then start using the YouVersion app as a more Bible study type structure, where you're going to bring in your thoughts and the feelings of others around you. But I'm going to start off just by pressing by myself. Now as soon as I do that, I've got this option now. Is it visible to friends or is it private? All visible to friends means that when I start this plan, my friends within the YouVersion community will see that I've started a new plan, and that could be a source of encouragement for them, and it may be that they then may want to also do that plan as well. So visible to friends just lets people know that you are starting a new plan. Private means that essentially nobody knows that, and essentially all that happens is that you start a new plan and none of your friends, nobody within the YouVersion community knows that you've done that. So I'm going to press visible to friends, just put it on there, and as soon as I've done that, it's opened up now the first day of the plan. So I have now started the plan, and what I can see here, so here's day 1, 3rd of April, which is today, and I can see that I've got the devotional and the reading underneath, and you can see now this time now I've got 2 light check boxes, which will be, as I do those particular sections, will get checked off. So how do you then do the plan? So actually doing the plan, just tap on the first one. So we've got the devotional in here. What does it mean to be a disciple? So you work your way through the devotional content, and once you've got through to that, you've got an arrow at the bottom which will move you to the next section. So in this case it's a devotional followed by a reading, so pressing this will take me to the reading. So then I've got the reading here, I read that bit, and again from here I've got the option to just listen to it by the little speaker at the top, or reading the full chapter, which is similar to just the normal Bible content as I did on my first video. And because this is the end one, I've got a tick at the bottom. That tick will essentially just tell the app that I've finished the Bible readings for today. So I'll tap on that. Now the first thing it will do is say, do you want to be reminded to do the next one? Because this is a plan, and the idea is that you're setting up a plan to do a little bit of reading each day. It gives you the option to set up a reminder to remind you to do it again tomorrow. So I'm going to press add on there, and so that has now set a reminder. Now it's set a reminder for the same time as which I've just read now, which may not actually be the best possible time, but you can change it. I'll come back to that. So you can see here that at the end of day 1, what I have is the title. I've got a progress bar at the bottom, so it gives me an idea of how well I'm doing as far as the study is concerned. And what I can do is just press the tick, and that will then bring me back to there. And what it's done, it's moved it straight onto day 2. So it could be that, okay, I'd like to do another reading today, so I can read that today and carry on through it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drop back onto here. I'm going to drop back now to the My Plans page, and you can see what I've got now is I've got an additional plan on there. And so when I actually then come to read it tomorrow, I would open up the app, go to My Plans, and I can tap that. If it was actually tomorrow, it would have actually taken me straight to day 2 on there. So that's setting up a plan for yourself. So I have plans for others. So let's do find planned, and I'll do another search, and I'll do discipleship again on there. Let's do a search. Now say I want to do a plan with someone else on there. So let me just find one here. So here's one on grace and discipleship, 3 days long. Let's tap that one. Now this is looking at discipleship and another subject of discipleship to do with God's grace. So let's have a look at that. Now this is one that I maybe want to do with a group of people. So again, I can look at the sample. So in this case, it's very similar to the one before, which is a devotional followed by a reading. So if I just go back that and start the plan. Now this is the one I want to do with friends rather than by myself. So press with friends. Now if you do a with friends study, what it will do, it will say, when do you want to start this plan? Because obviously your friends need time to actually respond to you. And to actually start it. So you're going to start this one, instead of today, you're going to do it sometime in the future, and it always defaults to one day, but I'm going to actually move it forward a couple of days through to Wednesday the 6th of April. So when you start this plan. So the next option then is to invite friends, and what you will have is a list of friends, and all you do is then tap their name on there, and you've also got a link at the bottom. So by copying the link at the bottom, you can tap that, copy the link, and by sending that link you can then invite other people to join you in that Bible study on there. So once you've done that, you press the go button at the top there, and that has now appeared on the My Plans page. Slightly different in that it now says starts in 3 days, and you've also got the option to invite more friends. And as you can see from this page, the format is very, very similar. So you have the day, you have day 1 of 3, you have now the additional of icons, which will be the icons for each individual person that's joining you on that study. You have the devotional, you have the reading. Now you have one additional thing, which is this thing called Talk It Over. And what that allows you to do is that once you've actually done the devotional, so if I do that devotional on there, press the next one and go to the reading. When I then press the button again, instead of finishing today's reading, it now takes me to the Talk It Over page, where what I can do is write down my thoughts on today's passage. And what will happen is, as other people add their thoughts, they will all appear together on the same page. And once you actually get that, what you actually then have is an overview of the group's thoughts on a particular passage. So that can be quite good, and then you've got the tick at the end as well, which again will then ask you to, if you want to do a reminder, etc., and it becomes very, very similar to what we've seen already. So the final thing I just want to show now is the whole thing about saved plans. So now if I go back to plans again and find plans again, and I'll just pick this one here just as an example on there. We had start plan, where we looked at how to start plans by myself and also with friends. But the other option now is this thing called save it for later. So if I tap on that, and that's now saved for later. Now what that's done, that's bookmarked it, so I can find it again. So it may be a study I don't want to start now, but it's one that I think I might like to do in the future. So now if I just go back onto the page here, go to the top and go back to my plans, you'll see that under saved plans here, there is now a number 1, and if I tap on that, that's where I now find that plan, and I could now then choose to start that, and if I started that one there, I've then got the options again of by myself or with friends as an option. So I've got a lot of plans set on here. Now it could be that I've lost track a bit and I want to get rid of some of those, so I come to there, I don't actually want to do that anymore. I can now press and hold that and remove that. So I can now remove it, and you can do that with any of your plans as well. So I could choose now to press and hold that, dismiss or leave this plan, and it says when you stop this plan you will lose the information that tracks your reading progress. You can restart the plan every time. I'm going to leave this plan altogether. So there you go, I've now left that plan as well. So that really covers all aspects of plans, both setting up for yourself, with friends, and also bookmarking them for later. I just want to really cover a few final little features of the app version of YouVersion. So I'm just going to go back to the home page. I've not really spoken much about the home page at all. I think we jumped straight into Bible and straight into plans and here, but we didn't really look on here. So let's have a quick look at the home page, because this is where you're going to land the first time you open the app on most occasions. So you've got here the the welcome at the beginning, good evening Rob in this case, and then you've got the verse of the day. Now what the verse of the day is, that is essentially a video essay about one verse in the Bible. So somebody produces a video essay about one verse, about what that verse means for them, and again that can be a very useful sort of just devotional, just to listen to someone unpack one little verse on there. If we go down, we have my plans, so there's my plans there as well, and featured plans as well, and then you've got this thing called prayer at the bottom. Now I'm not really going to talk an awful lot about prayer at the moment, but we may actually touch on prayer on a later episode, later video. But what this is a way in which you can use the YouVersion app as a form of guided prayer. Prayer is really an important part of discipleship, and I'm going to talk about it in more details later. But let's just have a look at this particular option within YouVersion. So if I press prayer now, what it does, it brings you to the first page to really just get yourself into the thoughts of prayer and into the attitude of prayer. And as you can see, there's various lines at the top, and you just move each one of those as a different screen, and you just tap on the right of the screen to move to the next one. So if I tap on the next one, that gives to the next one. So again, this is just some thoughts to bring yourself into an attitude of prayer, and it can be quite a powerful thing to do, to just basically just slowly work through here to bring yourself into that attitude of prayer, and to just really just be able to concentrate for a few moments in that way, and so that's quite good there. So let me just go back out of there again. If I just go a little bit further, there's a little bit there, there's another little plan mentioned there, Kids Bible Experience. So there is a version of the YouVersion that's particularly aimed at younger users, and then the bit at the badges at the bottom is like a lot of different apps, in that basically as you do certain things, you earn a badge for doing that. So it makes it a little bit more rewarding as well. A couple more things I just want to cover are the last two buttons at the end there, which is Discover and More. If I press on Discover, this is basically a search option. So again, you can search just like I searched for within the plans section to look for plans on discipleship. I can search for things here, and I can use an exactly the same sort of search option here. And what that would do, that would search not only plans but also podcasts, videos and images associated with whatever my search option was. Because I've not got anything in the search option, it's given me some options here. So it's showing me some featured podcasts, some featured teaching clips, featured plans, and then we've got featured videos. So we've got various video essays and video stories and studies as well. Trending plans, so the current plans that are the ones that are currently trending at this time, because you've read. So again, that option where because you connected with one particular plan, it's going to give you some options for other ones. And then you've got things search by emotion, so then that's going to give me podcasts and plan links to these various different emotions as well. So let me just come down here, and the final button at the end is More. So what we've got here, so we've got you've got your name at the top there, so that's basically links to your account where you can do settings and things for your accounts. Notifications is notifications of what your friends have been doing. So just like you get notifications on Facebook and other social media to say that your friends have posted something similar here, this is all the notifications from your friends within YouVersion. So whether they've started or finished plans, etc., whether they've set up new highlights or things like that, those are all there as well. You've then got the actual list of friends that you've got there. You've got access again to verse of the day, and you can look at previous verses of the day, same with prayers and videos. Events is something that's quite useful, and I might mention that a little bit in the next video, because in the next video I want to talk about the YouVersion PC version. There's an option there to actually use that as more as of an event based sort of thing, so you can link it to church events and then put those events within YouVersion, which you can then access via the app in this way. The highlights, bookmarks, images, notes, badges and Bible activity are all basically a record of what you have done. So if I clicked on highlights, I'd see all the highlights I've made, all the bookmarks I've made, etc, etc. And then the final bits at the bottom are just things to do with the app. So you've got share YouVersion. I can share the YouVersion to other people, so other people can then find a link to download it themselves. The about is just about the program, and you've got things about giving. So if you want to support the creators of YouVersion, you've got that option. As I say, YouVersion is a totally free app, so if you want to give to them and contribute to them and support them in their app, you've got that option to do that. And again, that is totally voluntary. Language, so you can set the language, currently it's set in English, but you can set it for other languages as well. You've got various help options and settings as well. So that really just covers the app. I say I've just really covered everything about the app in 2 videos, and it's just been a bit of a flyover. If you use the links below in the description, there's links there to both the YouVersion app and the YouVersion help pages. So that's the YouVersion Bible apps. I'm going to put some links down below for the YouVersion website, which again gives you a lot of information about YouVersion. I'm also going to put in there a link to the YouVersion help page, where you get a lot of information about how to actually do things within the app itself. So there's a lot of useful things in there, some of which I'm trying to cover with these videos as well. I've probably got one more video that I want to do with YouVersion, and then I just want to visit the YouVersion web-based one on the PC, because there's a few nice features in there that I just want to cover, and there's some things in there that are really useful. If you have found it useful, do please consider subscribing to the channel, because that will encourage me to make more videos and also give me an idea that there's people out there who are interested in the content I'm doing. Also, please leave a comment below, even if it's just to say that yes, you've enjoyed the video. Do please leave comments, because that gives me feedback that people are actually watching this and actually finding something that's useful in there. Also, please like. Don't forget also to press the notification bell, because the notification bell will then mean that when I release more videos, you will get to know about it quite early. And with that, we'll finish for today, and I'll catch you next time.